mom worked 2 jobs. A lot of stuff went on in my life that I don't really talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's personal or whatever, but it was rough growing up for sure.
But even in the struggle, there was love and there was hope. DDG would later become valedictorian.
That's a fact. I agree with that, bro. That's one thing I do agree with. Like, the family is very important out there, you know? Whenever you don't have anything, bro, you hold those people close to you even closer, you know what I mean? So, I agree with that.
Of his high school class, proving that brilliance could bloom even in the hardest soil.
And you graduated valedictorian?
Yeah, I was valedictorian in high school.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, man.
Hey, y'all wouldn't even believe it, bro. I wasn't no valedictorian, but your boy graduated with a 4.0, bro. You wouldn't even believe it, man. You know what I'm saying? If I find my transcripts, I'm going to post it, gang. I graduated a 4.0 GPA. When it happened, I was more surprised than everybody else. Like, me? You feel me? I don't even try it, G. How'd that work out?
Nowhere near valedictorian.
Man, I was, bruh, I really was into school. Like, I stay after school, do homework.
That's dope.
All this other shit, you know what I'm saying? I never took it as, oh, you smart in school.
I work hard.
I never took it like that. I was the coolest motherfucker in school. You know what I'm saying?
Man, what up, though, man? This is Prince Raw again, here with another reaction. Man, I just seen this. Well, the video had a crazy title to begin with. I'm going to keep it 100. And when I saw it, I was like, bro, I'm about to react to this right now because this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That is beyond crazy. The video is about DDG supposedly sacrificing his twin brother, which to me sounds crazy, bro. Like, I don't think that's true. I think bro just kind of clickbaiting, but hey, man, listen, I'm going to watch the video. We're going to see what it go from there. The video's from Trap Daily. You know, shout out to them. Go subscribe to bruh's channel. You know, give him a like, you know. Woody woo woo. Y'all know what's up. You know what I mean? So let's go into the video. Oh, no. First and foremost, I want to go ahead and say, bro, when I started this YouTube thing, one of the first people I actually researched was DDG, you know, because, man, bruh been doing his thing for a minute online, you know, and at first I never understood what all the hate was behind him or whatever, but from what I've seen, bro, dude seemed like a halfway decent person, you know. Any clip that I see, he's usually trying to help somebody or put them in a better position as far as learning, you know, the social media stuff. So, I mean, I'm going to keep it 100, bro. One of the first people to say, hey, man, if you want to blow up, man, clip my, you know what I mean, clip my videos, man. You know, you're going to turn me up and it's going to turn you up too. So, like I said, I don't know, bro. We're gonna have to see, bro. So, it's what we're about to see what Trap Daily talking about. And I didn't even know he had, you know what I mean? I knew he had dubbed with his brother, but I didn't know, you know, I'm new to the social media stuff. I ain't that parasocial where I know people's lives outside of this, you know? I got my own life outside of this. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I don't even think I would ever put my life on here. It would just be mostly, you know, these reactions and me playing the game. But other than that, it would be hard for me to show y'all that part of my life. I want to keep certain things separate, you know, from entertainment. But anyway, long ass intro done. Let's jump into the video.
Star and rapper
You know what's saying? That's crazy. That's a crazy title, bro. Sacrifice your brother. And matter of fact, what was it? 607 Unk? Oh, dude that said he sacrificed his own son to get out of jail. Bro, that's crazy to me, bro, that you're willing to, man, to do that to somebody you love or somebody close to you. You know what I mean? That would be crazy. I don't think that's true. I'm going to give my dog DDG the benefit of the doubt and say, bro, just trying to clip farm and turn up his channel, which I ain't mad at. Do you, bro? You know what I mean? All is fair in love and war, so, you know what I mean? Do you, my dog?
DDG has millions of followers, chart-topping hits, and a life most people can only dream of. But behind the success lies a devastating tragedy that changed everything. The brutal murder of his twin brother that rocked Pontiac, Michigan, and left a family shattered, searching for justice that may never come.
Bruh.
Michigan, and left a family
Dub needs to let it go, bruh. Hey man, no disrespect, bro, but bruh need to let it go, man. That headline is holding on to dear life, bruh. At a certain age, man, you gotta let go of your hairline, bruh. That's part of growing, bro. You know, that's the funny thing about life is you start off bald headed with no teeth as a baby, and that's where you end up whenever you're old, bald headed with no teeth. So you just gotta embrace it. And not matter of fact, speaking of growing. Today is my birthday. While I'm recording this, today is my birthday, July 10th, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your boy officially hitting the unk status, you know what I mean? But it's a blessing, you know what I mean? Just seeing how life has, you know, evolved, it's a blessing. So, yeah, but Dub, it's time to let it go, bro. Let that shit go, bro.
Shattered, searching for justice that may never come.
This whole situation seems fake, but whoever murdered my brother, someone need to speak up, because I feel like that person didn't care. It was premeditated. They thought about it. I think that person should get life in prison.
This is the untold story of how one phone call on October 20th, 2014 could have claimed two lives instead of one.
In 2014, bro, 2014, I had just graduated high school, bro. I graduated 2013, so 2014 it was just, man, my first year in the real world as I guess you could say an official adult. So that's crazy. That's what I mean. Just the time passed. That's crazy.
And how the survivor turned his pain into platinum records.
RIP my brother. Yeah, I know when I got this one. Got me and him on
okay, that's Dub's twin. That's Dub's twin. Hold on, man. I don't even mean to pause it so much, but that's
platinum records.
That's Dub's twin.
RIP my brother.
See, that's Dub's twin. I didn't even know that. That boy.
Yeah, I know when I got this
that's
one.
Crazy.
Got me and him on the back. So, you know, this Dub twin.
Yeah.
But fun fact, me and him was way closer than me and Dub is now. Me and Dub used to really...
Pontiac, the city that shaped them. To understand this story, you have to understand Pontiac, Michigan.
Bro, anybody who know anything about Michigan, man, I've been to Michigan, bro. I used to be, you know, I got family in Michigan, you know what I'm saying? I got brothers in Michigan, all, you know, whatever. And if you know anything about Michigan, it's called the murder mitten for a reason, bro. You know what I mean? Out there, man, life is so easily taken, bro. You know what I mean? Especially like young, man. Like young, man, I like literally life is cheap out there. That's the best way to explain it, bro. I wish it's kind of like Chicago. It's a Chicago without people knowing anything about it, if that makes sense. Like for instance, like Detroit, Michigan, bro. Man, that's the only place that's like Africa, bro. And that's what I be telling my partners, because I'm originally from Africa. Like Detroit, Michigan is the first place I ever seen with a red zone. For those who don't know what a red zone is, this is literally a part of the city where the police tell you, hey man, if something happens over there, we might not make it there on time. Matter of fact, police don't pull up without backup. Like literally, it's, you know what I mean? It's like a sectioned off part of the city where nobody else wants to go to. You know what I mean? It's its own world, its own country, its own thing. You know what I mean? It's different out there, man.
It's a thriving automotive city. By the 2010s, it had become a place where opportunity was scarce, but danger was everywhere.
It's dope, man. So you actually grew up in Pontiac, Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Pontiac isn't just any small city. It's a place where everyone knows everyone's business, where gossip travels faster than police sirens, and where sometimes knowing too much can get you killed.
It's a thing in like Pontiac where it's barely police, to be real. You know, it's a small city.
Bro, what did I just say, bro? Michigan is the only place where I've seen, bro, in the United States where the police is like, bruh, we might not come to you, bro. I don't know. We might need to get everybody on the force to come help you out, because them niggas over there is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never seen nowhere in the United... Maybe Louisiana, but even then, not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? That's the only place, literally, bro. And if you look back throughout the history of Michigan, or Detroit specifically, bruh, the mayor used to sell keys, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mayor of Detroit was arrested for selling kilos of cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Let that sink in, bro. The mayor trapping, bro. You know what I'm saying? like Kwame Kid, they should scream free Kwame. You know what I'm saying? Kill Patrick, man. He free now, but yeah, man, that's a different kind of city, bro. I'll be honest with you. It's a different type of place, bro. It's in America, but like I said, that's the closest place in America that I've seen that is similar to a third world country besides like Louisiana or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. It's different out there. You gotta go see it to understand what I mean. Like that Flint water crisis, bro. Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like where the government don't give a damn what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They just there to, you know what I mean, to collect their check. It's different, bro. Real talk.
If a case is like it take longer than a month to solve, it's probably not gonna get
Not
solved.
gonna get solved.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
This is where DDG and his family would grow up together, dreaming of a better life, not knowing that one of them would never see his dreams come true.
Damn.
DDG, whose real name is Daryl Granberry Jr., was born into a household where survival meant sacrifice. His mother worked not one, but 2 jobs to keep 5 children fed and housed.
Man.
my mom worked 2 jobs. A lot of stuff went on in my life that I don't really talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's personal or whatever. But it was rough growing up for sure.
But even in the struggle, there was love and there was hope. DDG would later become valedictorian.
That's a fact. I agree with that, bro. That's one thing I do agree with. Like, the family is very important out there, you know? Whenever you don't have anything, bro, you hold those people close to you even closer, you know what I mean? So, I agree with that.
of his high school class, proving that brilliance could bloom even in the hardest soil.
And you graduated valedictorian?
Yeah, I was valedictorian in high school.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, man.
I was
Hey, y'all wouldn't even believe it, bro. I wasn't no valedictorian, but your boy graduated with a 4.0, bro. You wouldn't even believe it, man. You know what I'm saying? If I find my transcripts, I'm going to post it, gang. I graduated with a 4.0 GPA. When it happened, I was more surprised than everybody else. Like, me? You feel me? I don't even try it, G. How'd that work out?
nowhere near valedictorian.
Man, I was, bruh, I really was into school. Like, I stay after school, do homework,
That's dope.
all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? I never took it as, oh, you smart in school.
I work
You
hard.
ain't. I never took it
Hell
like that.
no.
I was the coolest motherfucker in school. You know what I'm saying?
But being smart wasn't enough to shield the family from the reality of their environment. In Pontiac, even good kids could find themselves in bad situations.
God.
I think it's just a bunch of bull to get views, you ask me, because I put any amount of money on it.
Meet Darian Breckenridge and his twin brother, who the world knows as Dub Bridge. Born on the same day, these two shared everything, from a bedroom to dreams of a better life. DDG explaining the family dynamic.
Before like my brother passed and all of that, me and y'all know him as Dub, me and Dejan, we wasn't really that cool just because we just used to fight all the time. You know how big brother, little brother, so he was like my favorite brother.
While Dub and Darian were twins, DDG was their younger brother, the academic star who would become valedictorian, but who always looked up to his older brothers, especially Darian. DDG continues.
You know how as a younger sibling you got like a favorite brother or a favorite sister that you talk to about all this shit. So I used to talk to him about girl problems and all that other stuff, but like
Darian, known to his family as Dino, loved gaming. His PlayStation username was Pontiac Made DDB, a name that would later become world famous, though none of them knew it at the time. What millions of fans don't realize is that every time they see Pontiac Made DDG, they're seeing a tribute to a fallen brother.
Yes, dog.
A name that would later become famous was born.
Hey, bro, that's solid, bro. Hey, that's solid, bro. That's probably the realest thing I heard, bro. That's why whenever you said he sacrificed his brother, that's a crazy title and a crazy statement, bro. You know what I mean? Like if I lost somebody close to me and then I somehow blew up and then you said, oh man, I did some foul shit to make sure, you know what I mean, I got ahead in life by sacrificing. Like, who do you even sacrifice too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, is there like a sign-in sheet? Like, sign in here. Which one of your brothers do you want to? Oh, this nigga. I don't like this nigga. I like this nigga. Like, you know what I mean? How would you even go about doing that, bro? That's a crazy statement to me. I think, for one, even if that was something you could do, bro, I think that there would be more things that would come with that, right? So, like, let me explain, right? So, if you were to say, okay, if you were to open that door of speaking to whatever entity that would allow you to do that, I don't think that's just something you could be like, all right, man, I appreciate you. I'm rich and famous. Let me holler at you, bro. Appreciate you. I think that's a door that you wouldn't be able to close, bro. So that's just my opinion, bro. You feel me? And shout out Johnny, bro. Best cameraman in the game right there.
From love, not knowing it will one day serve as a memorial.
You're kind of honoring him.
Yeah, but
every time.
I mean, I not in a million years that I think I would lose my brother.
The signs they missed. As DDG focused on school and his future, he began noticing changes in his brother. Small things at first, different friends, late nights, conversations that stopped when he walked into the room.
It's a lot of signs that I saw, you know what I'm saying? That's like my brother, he in some stuff that he shouldn't be into. But I never caught on. I'm so young, you know what I'm saying? I'm going out, I'm kicking it with girls and all this, playing basketball, my homies going to school.
At 16, DDG was living the life of any normal teenager. Basketball games, homework, hanging out with friends. He was too young, too innocent, too focused on his own path to realize his brother was walking down a dangerous road.
And I really didn't know that it was coming to that point where, you know what I'm saying, he might be in some trouble. You know what I'm saying? If I knew.
This is the burden that survivors carry, the weight of what if.
Man, that is so real, bro. Survivor's remorse, man. Like, when you make it and you looking up and you like, was I supposed to make it? Man, survivor's remorse is real, especially from individuals who come from disenfranchised communities, you know? Who come from the gutter, who come from the bottom. It's just, I don't know, something in you is like, man, damn, what if they were here? What if I could trade this for them to be here? You know what I mean? Like, man, I understand that feeling.
What if he had been older? What if he had recognized the warning signs? What if he had said something? But on October 20th, 2014, there will be no more what ifs, only devastating reality. The night everything changed. October 20th, 2014 started like any other day for 16-year-old DDG. After school, he headed to the YMCA to play basketball with his friend Trey, the same Trey who would later become his producer and help create hits like Arguments.
The night that he lost his life, right?
Hey, WDDG, bro. WDDG, bro. Because bruh came up and brought everybody along with him, bro. Man, W-mans, bro. That's a W-mans right there. That's what you're supposed to do. The ones who you can bring along with you and elevate with you, you bring them along. Now, of course, you can't bring everybody with you, bro. In life, man, you can't bring everybody along with you. Everybody ain't, you know what I mean? Might not be there mentally. They might not be there, you know what I mean? Whatever. But, man, you're supposed to do what LeBron James did where, all right, bro, I'm about to be in the league. You need to be, you feel me? You need to go ahead and do this, you know what I mean? You need to go ahead and be my manager or be my agent, you know what I mean? Or one of your partners might be good at real estate. You know what I'm saying? You put them on. One of your partners might be good at trucking. You put them on. One of your partners might be good at technology or videography. You put them on. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know, bro. I think that's just how it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? I think whenever you bless others, God blesses you even more. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
I was playing basketball with one of my homies. His name Trey. Actually, the dude that make my beats. He made Givenchy. He made Bang. His name Trey.
As the sun began to set over Pontiac, DDG's phone rang. It was Darian, his 21-year-old brother, offering what seemed like a simple brotherly gesture.
And my brother had called me. He was like, "You need me to pick you up, right?" And I was like, "Nah, Trey gonna take me home."
A decision that took seconds to make. Stay and get a ride with his friend instead of his brother would haunt DDG forever.
Man.
Because what he didn't know was that this would be the last conversation he'd ever have with Darian.
So it's like, if
Man, though, that hits different, bro. You know what I mean? Because, bro, I lost people in my life. I mean, that's what comes with age, bro. You lose people, you know what I mean? And that's the one guarantee in life, bro. You know what I mean? They say death and taxes. Taxes not necessarily, because there's people who dodge taxes. You know what I mean? There's the president in office right now trying to get rid of the IRS. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna say that. I say the one thing that's guaranteed in life, bro, is death, bro. That's the equalizer, man. From the tallest to the shortest, from the richest to the poorest, from the skinniest to the, you know what I mean? Like, wherever you are in life, however high you climb, however low you get, that's the one guarantee in this thing is, man, every single one of us gonna clock out one day. That's why I be telling people, ain't nobody bigger than the program, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't look down on the next person because ain't nobody bigger than the program. We all going into the same ground. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
He would have picked me up. That could have been me too. You know what I mean?
Oh, you could have gotten
Yeah, I
shot.
could have.
Oh, because it happened.
While DDG finished his basketball game and got his ride home with Trey, Darian was driving through the streets of Pontiac. He had no idea someone was waiting for him. Someone with deadly intentions.
It happened on Monday, October 20th of this year, between the hours of 10:30 and 11:30 at night. The murder took place in an area called The Nose.
According to police reports and CBS Detroit news coverage, at approximately on Linda Vista Drive in Valencia, gunshots shattered the quiet of a Pontiac evening. 21-year-old Darian Breckenridge of Pontiac.
Hey, my boy got the Buff song. You know what I mean? Shout out Michigan. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? Those glasses are called Buffs. Those are the Cartiers. You know what I mean? In that city, man, somebody will kill you for them glasses. You know what I'm saying? Whether they real or fake, somebody will kill you for them glasses right there, bro. Literally for having them on, man.
Was shot in the head and neck as he sat in the driver's seat of his car. A passenger in his car was also wounded, but survived. The attack was swift and brutal. Darian didn't stand a chance. As he sat behind the wheel, gunfire erupted, ending the life of a young man who had just been talking to his little brother about giving him a ride home. Miles away, DDG had no idea his world was about to collapse. He went to sleep that night thinking about homework, basketball, typical teenage concerns. He had no idea that while he slept, his family...
Man, I was even talking with my dog, you know, my brother, you know what I mean, about this. It's like, when you go through life, man, remember that you're going to die one day, or unalive, right? Remember that. Don't think of that as a fear, but think of that as motivation, you know what I mean? It's called memento mori, if I'm not mistaken. It's Roman, that tells you pretty much embrace the day, because you don't know what tomorrow is, you know what I mean? You don't know what tomorrow is, and you don't know what's gonna, you know what I mean, what's coming up tomorrow, whatever. So that's how I try to live life, bro. I try to seize the day and remember the day, and, you know, live every day like it's your last, man. Enjoy it. Tell your people you love them, you know, hug them. Anybody I love, bro, I make sure to tell them, bro, I love you, man. You know what I mean? I don't ever want it to be, I look back and think, man, I wish I had that opportunity to tell them how I really feel. You know what I'm saying? So, man, live every day like, you know, live every day like you gonna die one day. And there's gonna be something dope that's gonna come out of that, man.
Family was about to receive the worst news of their lives. The call that changed everything. Imagine being woken up in the middle of the night.
Well, not dope, fulfilling. That just my phone keeps going off. I need to put on Do Not Disturb, bro.
Not by your alarm clock or a parent calling you for school, but your sister's tears and the worst news you could ever hear. At the same time, just minutes away, Darian's mother, Tanya Granberry, was experiencing every parent's worst nightmare. Tanya Granberry, Darian's mother, said that minutes before her son was killed, she was
Dub look just like his mama. Or the twins, they look just like their mama.
Laughing with them in her home. When they called my phone, I looked out the window like, no, he's home, Granberry said. But then I didn't see his car. But he had just left my room, and I can say it happened in maybe 5 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Tanya had been laughing with her son just minutes before he was killed. The same son who had just offered to pick up his little brother from basketball practice. The same son who would never come home again. As dawn broke over Pontiac on October 21st, 2014, the investigation into Darian Breckenridge's murder began. Crime Stoppers of Michigan offered a $2,500 reward for information leading to an arrest.
There is a reward of $2,500 for information given to Crime Stoppers that results in the arrest of whoever was responsible for this terrible murder.
But in a city where witnesses often fear retaliation more than they trust justice, getting people to talk wouldn't be easy. And in Pontiac's understaffed police department, time was already working against them. What makes this case even more frustrating is that it's not a mystery. DDG and his family know who killed Darian.
Damn.
The police know who killed Darian.
Damn.
But knowing and proving in court are two very different things.
Bro, that's crazy work. That's crazy work, bro. Ain't no way I know for sure, man. What? Ain't no way I know for sure that you harm somebody I love and just... Bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna have to come see you about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to come see you on the back end for that. Ain't no way, bro. That pain knowing that you walking around this bit and you harm somebody I love, I'm gonna have to catch you on the back end, bro.
When asked if the guy was charged,
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. So,
And it's been years.
yeah.
And there's no statute of limitations.
Of course not.
when asked if he knows who did it,
Man, that's tough. So you know who did it, but he's never been charged.
Yeah. Something like that. But
the families fight for justice. Unlike many families who might be intimidated into silence, the Granberries refuse to let their son's murder be forgotten. DDG, despite his growing fame, has never been afraid to speak publicly about his brother's case. Years later, DDG and his family would take to social media, calling for justice and keeping Darian's memory alive, refusing to let his death become just another unsolved statistic.
Someone need to speak up because I feel like
Man, why do everybody keep saying he sacrificed his brother for fame? Bruh. That's a crazy thing to say to somebody, bro. Y'all ain't this like cold-blooded, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's crazy to say that, bro. Why do y'all keep saying that, bro? The internet is crazy to me, bro. How can you say that? Like, he sacrificed his brother for fame? Bro, he was 16 years old.
person didn't care. It was premeditated. They thought about it. I think that person should get life in prison.
Their message was clear. We know who you are, we won't forget, and we won't stop fighting for justice. Coping with the unthinkable. The murder didn't just take Darian's life. It shattered his twin brother in ways that are still visible today. Dub Bridge, Darian's twin, struggled with a grief that few can understand. The loss of someone who shared not just your childhood, but your DNA. Dub has spoken openly about he had his son, partly to cope with missing his twin brother so much, a way to fill the void left by Darian's death. To have someone to love and...
Bro, that's the thing about losing somebody, bro. It ain't... Bro, you never get over it, bro. That ain't something you get over. That's just something you learn to live with. You know what I mean? When you lose somebody, man, you don't get over that, bro. That's a hole in your heart that hopefully you fill with positive things, you know? You can either fill it with positive or negative things, you know? But that ain't something you get over, bro. That's just something you learn to live with. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
protect in a way he couldn't protect his brother. In many ways, Dub's son represents hope for the family, a new life born from the ashes of tragedy, carrying forward the Granberry name and legacy. The transformation. For DDG, grief became a catalyst for change. The brother who had died could have easily pulled him into the same dangerous world that claimed Darian's life. Instead, it pushed him in the opposite direction.
Around this shit, selling drugs and guns and all that shit. It's just like, when that happened, it kind of deterred me away from it even more.
What started as a way to cope with grief quickly became something much bigger. DDG's authentic personality.
Hey, one thing for sure, bro glowed up, bro. Real talk, bro glowed up from when he was a kid to, you can call him whatever you want to call him, bro. Doodoo, garbage, whatever. Man, bro glowed up, bro. Like, consistently through the year, bro glowed up, bro.
And raw talent.
And you could say maybe it's what they say. You're not ugly, you just don't have money. Maybe, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe I say probably personal development as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure bro take care of himself and do the right things to make sure, you know what I mean, he's situated.
Began attracting millions of viewers who had no idea they were watching someone transform pain into purpose. From YouTube to music mogul. As DDG's YouTube following grew into the millions, he began channeling his experiences into music. His lyrics weren't just rhymes. They were therapy sessions set to beats, processing trauma in real time. His song 9 Lives will become one of his most personal and powerful tracks, directly addressing his brother's death and his own survival. By 2018, DDG had signed with Epic Records. The kid from Pontiac who lost his brother to violence was now a legitimate recording artist with millions of fans worldwide, honoring the fallen. Success didn't make DDG forget where he came from or who he lost. In fact, the bigger his platform became, the more intentional he was about honoring Darian's memory.
Actually, my nephew is named after my brother.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, your godnephew, right?
No, my actual
Oh, your nephew, okay.
Yeah, Woo-Wop.
The nephew who bears his uncle's name will never know the brother he's named after, but he'll grow up surrounded by love and opportunities that Darian never got to experience. Conclusion: 2 lives, 1 legacy. On October 20th, 2014, a gunman thought he was killing just one person, but he was wrong. He killed Darian Breckenridge, but he also created DDG the superstar, because sometimes the greatest tribute to a fallen brother is refusing to fall yourself. DDG's 2020 hit Moonwalking in Calabasas went platinum.
Man,
his YouTube
channel.
channel.
That's why y'all can't call him doodoo garbage no more. And even Soul even said that. He said, bro, I can't call him doodoo garbage no more. Because bruh song's doing M's, bruh. If he garbage and he making M's off his music, then what do you call your favorite rapper? You know what I'm saying? And all this is off the muscle, bruh. Bruh did this off the muscle, so you gotta respect it, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes motherfuckers just hate just to hate, bro. And bruh did it off the muscle. I salute that, man. Shout out to you, DDG. You know what I'm saying?
Have billions of views. His name is known around the world, but none of that success will ever fill the void left by his brother's death. What it does do is prove that tragedy doesn't have to define you, that losing someone you love doesn't mean you have to lose yourself, and that sometimes the best way to honor the dead is to live so fully, so successfully, so loudly, that their memory echoes through every achievement. Darian Breckenridge was 21 years old when he was murdered in Pontiac, Michigan. His case remains unsolved. His brother DDG continues to honor his memory through music, success, and by refusing to let his story be forgotten. Justice may be delayed, but legacy is forever.
Man, W video, bro. Minus the clip or whatever. W video, bro. I'm rocking with it, you know what I'm saying? But the clip was crazy though, or the title was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, man, this
Right Makers is the
damn, chill out the commercial. Y'all don't pay me yet, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? But W video, man, everybody named mama keep blowing up my phone on this game, on this thing, because they trying to have me hop on. So this is gonna be the end of the video. Shout out to y'all, you know what I mean? Subscribe. Nah, I'm talking shit. You ain't gotta subscribe if you don't want to, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all next video, bro.